Today we'll be looking at whistleblowing in the healthcare system. And starting right in, my thesis statement is corruption within healthcare is leading to increased rates of malpractice and patient harm. And the people who are brave enough to speak out against such acts are not being properly defended by the law and healthcare organizations. Now, to give you a background of what is whistleblowing is defined as reporting actions that can be considered illegal, immoral, or unethical against another individual within an organization. And looking at this with a healthcare focus, this means reporting actions that include fraud, malpractice, causing patient harm, or anything that goes against hospital protocol, because that is what we strive to uphold and protect as healthcare professionals. And then personally, why I chose this topic is one, because I feel I have a personal connection to it as someone who does want to go into healthcare in the future. I think it's important to know the protections that I have and what to do in a case scenario where I believe I need to speak out against something that is unethical or illegal. And then I also chose this because this topic stuck out to me against the others because I was able to see it in such an ethical and a legal viewpoint. I think that it is a legal issue because it's going against when someone is doing something against the law, but it has an ethical and a moral backbone behind it because it takes someone's moral courage to speak out against something that they believe is an unethical and illegal situation. And that just really stuck out to me against the other topics we had to choose from. And then going straight into some data, a research conducted in 2018 found that on average, 49% of patient harm events go unreported in hospital incident reports. This basically is meaning that when patient harm events happen, 49% of this is not being captured, which is the majority compared to a 35% captured rate and a 16% gray area. And I thought this was a really important data point to show because whistleblowing is the action of trying to lower this number. And if whistleblowing were to be more advocated for and promoted, we would hopefully be numbering the patient harm events that happen and the ones that go unreported overall. And then basically, the importance of whistleblowing is because it upholds the healthcare delivery system entirety's integrity. It is the secondary system that ensures that when a healthcare professional does decide to turn its back against what healthcare is here for, that there's a secondary system still noting that and making alert of it so that things don't happen behind the scenes in healthcare. And it also is there to maintain a safe workplace. It helps improve patient care and it demotes fraud. So it's really there to uphold that healthcare is enacting in the way it was meant to be and for the better of the patient and professionals. And then I've also listed down the 3 main protection acts that are already in act for whistleblowers. This is the False Claims Act, the Whistleblower Protection Act, and Occupational Safety and Health Act. These are not only here to protect whistleblowers, but they also do offer some incentive for people who are speaking out against issues. And then I've added in here a real-life example because I believe it helps tie in some perspective and real-life ideas into the topic. So in this case, we're looking at Nancy Valla, who was a senior hospital executive, and she raised concerns for patient safety after there was a number of patient suicides and other safety concerns that she noted in her hospital in Long Beach. She brought this up against not only the executives and the administration of her company, or her hospital, but also the company Dignity Health, which was in charge of the Long Beach St. Mary Medical Center. Overall, she had brought up these issues, was dismissed, and then wrongfully terminated, as well of kind of a harassment situation of how she was terminated. And in the end, the court ruled that Dignity Health had violated California whistleblower protection laws. But this had to happen in a way of she got fired, she lost her income, and then she had to go to the point of suing herself and going to lawyers just to get the justice when she was trying to do something that was morally correct in the situation. And so what we can do as healthcare professionals and organizations to help aid this issue so more incidents like what happened to Nancy Valla don't happen again is we can improve healthcare protection laws against whistleblowers. We can better workplace environments and team member relationships because this is something that's been noted to help promote whistleblower kind of rates and also to lower misconduct rates in the healthcare environment. And then we can also offer more incentive to whistleblowers. Yep. And then in conclusion, we've gone over the importance of whistleblowing, some of the protections that are there, real life case scenarios of how does whistleblowing play into the healthcare system, and why I believe it's an issue that needs to be talked about and protected more. And then I've personally learned a lot from this, having it as my research topic, because I've learned the importance behind it as a healthcare professional, and also how to help promote and advocate for the issue in the future. Thank you. And this is my reference page.